Hi, everyone.
Hey,
I'm Alicia,
and I'm Meredith.
and this is Summer is Fun, a Summer House podcast, season 2, episode 5. We're like halfway there, basically.
Basically.
And this season is not disappointing. Mostly because I don't remember most of it, which is so fun for me.
The best is that we know all the characters pretty well at this point, like you and I do, because we've seen all of them. So you know their personality types. And I feel like it's kind of like a roller coaster you've never been on, but you've seen it from afar. Like you kind of know what's coming and some ideas of the bumps that are coming along the way.
You know how it's going to end, like the situation, but you don't know how we get there.
But you're just like, oh, something's going to surprise me.
Oh, it's my favorite.
And all I have to say is seeing that watermelon
explode on the ground.
Everything.
Way more than I could have even asked for. Okay, before we get started though, check us out on the A&M Podcast Network. We have this podcast. We have It's About the Pasta, Vanderpump Rules podcast, which is coming back for season 10. And we have One Season Wonders, which will be coming back because that's the show where Meredith and I watch a show that only has one season and we talk about it.
It'll be out, I think, by September.
Oh my God, this is so exciting. Also, this podcast will be back for Winter House season 2 and Summer House season 7. So
yeah,
the work never ends. We're just grinding away. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. We have no new reviews, no new ratings. It's a sad day, but to make it happy, give us 5 stars.
Just please change that for us.
And
we'll tell you on the live season if it changed.
Ooh, that's exciting. Follow us on Instagram at Vanderpasta. Meredith and I both posted today.
We were on it. So I was so excited after the interview I listened to that we're going to talk about on our post show I had to post about it.
Speaking of the post show, also check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Vanderpasta. Let me tell you what you can get. For $1 a month, you get access to any episodes that we record early, plus access to the pre-show that Meredith and I do before the episode. I flipped those. Usually I do it the other way. I did it this way. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For $2 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, you get access to our after show that Meredith and I do when we go back and we watch old seasons, such as this one. We don't want to give you any spoilers. We want to be as fun and spoiler-free as possible. So guess what? We are going to talk about it on our after show.
I've got like a whole page of notes.
We're very excited. And then also we will say your name on the podcast. So thank you to Chris, Danae, Dustin, Jackie, Casey, Kimberly, Cameron, Tiffany, Tracy, Gina, Jennifer, Kelsey, Mariah, and Sarah. I took a breath. I ran out of.
That's okay. Make Alicia get to 2 breaths.
There's just so many of you.
Which we love.
Oh, we're obsessed. Okay, and then for $5 a month, you get access to everything I just mentioned. Plus, when we do get these 3 new seasons of live shows, we will ask for your opinions, your comments, your questions, your concerns, whatever you want to talk about. And
lots of opportunity for opinions.
Yeah, you will give them to us. And we will read them, comment on them, do whatever we want with them on this podcast. Mostly answer any questions or respond to your comments.
Or defend my position.
That might be me. Who are we kidding? That's probably
I feel like I'm always like, I don't think so.
Yeah, actually you do that a lot. You're like, no.
Appreciate the opinion, but no.
And then we'll also pick a patron of the episode. So this episode's patron is Casey, relatively new to the $5 level, but we're so thankful and so happy to have Casey with us.
Thanks
Casey,
for joining.
You might regret it, but we hope not. Okay.
I highly doubt it.
No one's regretted it yet.
That I feel like is a success in my book.
Yeah, so far so good, Casey.
But I also that doesn't make me feel good about myself. Nobody's regretted it yet. The minute my friends ask about my podcast, I'm gonna say nobody's regretted it yet.
That's like us. People regret listening sometimes, but that's on them because this is
I haven't heard about it. I have not heard one person.
Yeah, you have. Those bad reviews we get.
That doesn't mean they regretted listening. That just means they're opinionated. and have time on their hands.
That's okay, because you guys are gonna give us all the 5-star reviews, so it's fine. Okay, so let's talk about, I blew through that because I want to get to this episode because I'm so excited. Okay, so previously on Summer House, Danielle took us on a trip to the Shinnecock Nation. Sorry, almost messed it up, but didn't. The Shinnecock Nation, to bring everyone together, but actually it didn't. Amanda, because Kyle isn't treating her the way she should be treated, went to go spend the weekend with her friends. Kyle and hang on, wait. My notes are weird. Okay, yeah. So she's tired of drunk Kyle. Great. Lindsay is trying to get over Everett. It's not really working. Steven is upset with Carl. And now Danielle is too, because Carl yelled at her at a party, which we will never forget. Danielle, though, isn't going to be at the house this weekend because she doesn't have a job. So she's going to spend the weekend looking for jobs. So no drama for her, except job search.
I feel like this is the perfect weekend to stay home.
I agree. She just got yelled at by Carl.
I know, but and then all this drama comes in, like, peace out. I would rather
already know Ashley's coming, which is just another Wirkus.
The whole Wirkus Circus is in town.
Okay, so we open up in New York City. It is Monday. Danielle's at a tech networking event. I'm looking for a new gig in product management.
Oh, I hate looking for jobs.
Oh, I know, the worst. Tuesday, Lauren and Lindsay are at a workout class. It's like Barry's or Orange Theory or something, but we see Lindsay's hot trainer friend, Nick.
Ooh.
Wednesday, Carl's getting his teeth whitened because you can't work for a dental startup and have yellow teeth. That's
pretty true.
It's just like the rules.
There are rules to each job, and you got to show up looking like you know what you're doing.
So then Thursday, Amanda and Kyle are hanging out on a weekday. Who would have thought?
Ooh.
They go to this bar. Kyle orders 2 tequila drinks, and Amanda's already annoyed because this man can't spend 5 minutes sober. Period.
She's like, already, and he's like, only been 12 hours. We're back at it.
So Amanda can tell though that Kyle missed her this weekend. So maybe that means she should spend more time away from Kyle. So
I think so.
Missing her.
Yeah, and then she gets weekday dates.
Yeah. And then so Kyle now has planned dinner for Amanda at this bar. So he asks, like, can I see a menu? And the waiter's like, our kitchen's closing. So no. And Amanda's pissed because she's hungry. Okay.
I would be so upset as someone who dreams about their next meal as soon as if I am eating lunch, I'm immediately thinking about dinner.
Yeah.
Like I've already been spending like 6 hours thinking about dinner, and you told me we're going to dinner. So I'm so excited, and the kitchen's closed. I'd be pissed.
So then, to make things worse, Kyle's going to make her get up when she's hungry to give her a tour of this place.
Which the place looks tiny.
Yeah, I was like, where are we going? But I guess it's like a reverse speakeasy. So they go to the back, and surprise, the kitchen's actually closed, but Kyle made them open it just for them. And there's like this cute back part of the restaurant bar.
Okay, when he said it's a reverse speakeasy, did he mean just for the night? Like he was like tricking her and that's what he meant? Or this place really is a reverse speakeasy? Is that a thing?
Well, what would be a reverse speakeasy?
Well, usually it's like you have to like find a secret door to get drinks. So is there a secret door to get food?
Oh, I took it more as like it's not so secret of a place to get food and drinks.
Yeah, like it was actually supposed to be open.
Like if someone was like, come, let me show you this reverse speakeasy, I would sit on my ass and be like, wait, what's that? Explain, because I didn't know what that meant. I just went with it.
I just assumed the food was behind a door, but they didn't show us how they got in there.
We saw nothing. But so yeah, there's this big room. There's like flower petals and like a white table, all decorated. The kitchen is just for them. It's very private. And Amanda is so happy. She feels so special. She didn't expect this at all. And I mean, she obviously didn't expect it from Kyle. No offense.
No, he can barely see her on a weekday, let alone plan something on a weekday.
Yeah. And Kyle, in like a turn of events, he says that he doesn't show Amanda how much she means to him. And that was real wake-up call.
Which I mean, wonderful.
All she had to do was spend one weekend away. He's been pushing her away. She could have done this ages ago.
I mean, I guess distance truly does make the heart grow fonder.
And then we see that Kyle called Amanda that weekend multiple times and she didn't answer any of them. So shout out my girl.
I mean, she really took time away.
But yeah, Amanda means the world to Kyle. He loves her so much. He's never felt closer to her. He's not the most romantic person, but he did get her a present.
Which,
and she opens it up, and it's, you know, because she already has the keys to his heart. So he gives her the keys to his apartment.
No, that was so cheesy, especially for Kyle. I almost vomited. I was like, don't talk about the keys to your heart, but appreciate the key to your apartment.
Cute.
This is just so logistically makes sense because now you don't have to come down to the front door to get me.
Amanda is so happy. Maybe now Amanda can have a toothbrush at Kyle's, which, like, gross. Why wouldn't you just let her have a toothbrush?
Do you think they like spend the night at each other's places all the time?
No, I think Kyle has a strict, like, you gotta leave by 1 a.m.
Oh, I'd be pissed in New York.
Oh, same. It's like not easy to get places,
especially like every night.
Yeah, I think on weekdays, Amanda's not allowed within 10 feet of his apartment.
Or like she can come over for like dinner and then they probably hook up and then it's like, bye.
I hope they hook up before dinner. They stuff themselves silly. And then, because listen, if I can't spend the night, I better be getting a good meal.
100%.
Worry about hooking up with you for the meat after the meal.
I don't know. Their relationship makes less and less sense. I love this show because it's like you just basically see the weekend life and a little dash of weekday.
Yeah.
But the logistics of Kyle's life confuse me.
So funny. Okay, so now it's Friday, 4 p.m. We're off to the Hamptons. Lauren gets here first, and then Ashley's here, the Wirkus twins.
It's so funny to see her knocking. She's like, hello. And she's never been to this house. This is a different house from season 1.
She's so excited. And I think the Wirkuses are happy to be reunited because, you know, 100%. they like haven't been talking as much since the Carl thing, and Lauren hasn't gone into detail.
No, Lauren's just busy, remember?
Lauren's just busy. But they have to get ready for a bachelorette party for their older sister, Rachel, who's getting married in Greece at the end of summer, which, like, can I be a Wirkus?
Epic. I mean, can you imagine? Because let's be honest, like, Bravo's probably footing some of this bill. You don't have to rent a massive house because we just get to use the summer house. And then you get to go to Greece for a wedding. I want to be on this.
All Lauren has to do to get this massive house is make a fool of herself on TV over a dude named Carl.
Dude, she could have gotten it without making a fool of herself. That's the sad part.
But she went above and beyond for us.
She's the teacher's pet of this show.
So Priv is coming to do everyone's hair and makeup. So we got set up before.
This era of Bravo where this little company was on every fucking show.
Yeah. You saw it too, like on the phone. They're like, hurry up, Priv is coming over.
Yep. But the Housewives had it. Like every single show had this hookup.
Luckily, the Wirkuses are like pretty good at acting, I'd say. So it wasn't like that obvious, but I caught it. I was like, Priv?
It was cringy when this was happening. Like in real time.
I wonder what happened to Priv. I hope they're okay.
Probably nothing. I bet they're still like, I don't know.
They're still trying to get spots on Bravo.
No, I wonder if it like took off after all this like product placement.
Priv makeup and hair.
Because I'm telling you, like every housewife had this. It was all over the country.
Oh, it looks like they have their own they do weddings, events. You can go get your hair cut at Priv, nails,
I bet just
massages,
normal
facial, spray tan.
It's probably just a national basically like chain now.
Oh, they have a fitness team. You can get fit with yoga, Pilates. You can do events and parties.
Lordy. Well, so congratulations,
Priv really
took off. Still being around like 5 years later.
So, as they're setting up for the party, Ashley wants to know about Carl. And I have to say, if Priv is going to be here soon, these two suck at hanging up these streamers super fast. Girls,
oh my God. I love a good photo booth area. You're like, we got to get a photo backdrop.
So Lauren feels like she's getting a lot of heat in the house for hooking up with Carl. And it's like not even the same as last summer. She just like misjudged how much chemistry her and Carl have. So she's like just going to have a good time.
But it's fine.
Ashley's like, what the fuck?
She's like, it's different this time. Like, it's just fun. I'm like, what part of this is fun?
Ashley's like, so you're just making out with him to have fun. You have no feelings. You don't mind he screwed you over. You don't expect anything. Yep. And Lauren's like, yeah, it's like you read my mind,
apologized. He apologized for all that stuff. We're friends.
Ashley's pissed. She doesn't get it. She yells at Lauren. She's fully like, you're dumb. You're making a fool of yourself. Fuck you.
It's like Ashley remembers everything and doesn't have feelings involved.
She had to pick up the pieces.
Yep. And Lauren is like telling herself she's having fun.
We're having fun.
We're having fun.
We're having fun. That's it.
Like, you're in denial, Lauren. Let's be honest.
She just looks in the mirror and she's like, we're just having fun. I'm like, fine.
Yeah, she's used to having this conversation because she has to tell herself in the mirror every day. So looking at Ashley and telling her the same prompt, it's like looking in the mirror.
It's beautiful. So it's Friday, 5 p.m. Steven is driving down with Amanda and Kyle. Honestly, I'm about that car. This is the car I'd want to be in.
Steven was a blast with his little roadie sodies.
I know.
And Amanda chowing down.
He's like, this is my happy hour. And Amanda pulls up her phone to her burrito. She's like, this is my happy hour.
Oh yeah, it wasn't chips. It was a burrito. That's it.
Full burrito. I love her.
Man.
Carl is driving down with the meat and Lindsay, but Carl's asleep. He was probably drunk last night. Not
100%.
Okay, so Priv is at the house. We're doing hair. Rachel Wirkus and her friends are all here, like Melissa, the cousin, and some other girl they didn't give a name tag to. We're all here. And Mia, the younger sister with
Listen, I've just realized this bachelorette party is one mosh of people. We don't get names outside of really like Rachel, the bride.
Only reason we know Mia is because she's the younger sister.
Oh, yes.
The dark one.
I didn't even catch her name, but all I saw was younger Wirkus sister.
Yes.
And I was like, that's check. Mia.
And we only know Melissa because like it said Melissa cousin underneath. And then you hear one of the Wirkus twins go, is that Melissa?
Oh, I did not catch any of that. Like, there were so many girls. A lot of them were blonde. And I was like, all we really got to know is Rachel's the bachelorette. And then the Wirkus twins, obviously. Okay. So Steven, Kyle, and Amanda are here. Kyle walks in. He's seeing double. Oh my God. I loved it. He's like, that means double the interruptions.
Double the volume. And he's like, wait.
Double the hair. Damn. So are we happy Ashley's back?
Steven is. Steven's super happy to see Ashley because he knows Ashley's not going to let any of this bullshit with Carl happen. And Steven doesn't want any of this bullshit with Carl to happen.
And what's good is like, since Ashley's leaving, she can get all the blood on her hands, do all the yelling, do everything that every other housemate wants to do, but like can't do because they have to live with Lauren for the next few weeks.
Yeah. And Lauren's not going to hate her sister, Ashley.
Well, she will, but like Ashley's going to go across the country so she can hate her from afar.
But they're twins. They're not going to really hate each other.
Oh, that's also true.
I mean, we'll get to it, but Ashley goes nuts and Lauren still defends her sister.
Yes.
Like they're against each other. It's great. Okay. So, Steven then breaks the couch while eating Skinny Puff, which was hilarious. Poor guy. I love him. So Rachel shows everyone her 5-carat rock. And Amanda cannot wait for 5 carats. Kyle cannot afford that. So
Kyle can wait for 5 carats.
And then we do a dig like Carl's job's not going to get you that 5-carat ring, Lauren.
You're going to have to buy it yourself.
Like, I know. I'll buy it myself. So then Lindsay, Carl, and Amit are here. Carl goes straight to Lauren and starts telling her that she doesn't need that much makeup. And it's like, obviously I fucking know I'm gorgeous, but like, let me live.
I'm like, Carl, these are the comments that make her feel like you have feelings for her.
Yeah. Also, who the fuck? I hate people.
It's weird that he said it in that situation, but I've had like a guy I liked be like, "Oh, you don't need to wear all of that," and it's like really endearing because it's like, "Oh my God, do you think I'm pretty without makeup?" Aww.
It's cute though. I feel like it's always, like
this isn't the moment. We're at a bachelorette party where we're getting dressed up, and it's the funness of it.
I've had a boyfriend say that to me when I was like, "I didn't put on any makeup," and he's like, "You don't need makeup," and I was like, "Thank you." If I'm going to a wedding and you're like, you don't need that much makeup, I'm gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
You're like, that's the vibe. We're going extra.
We're
like
getting
that's the moment.
But I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, that's
Dude,
true.
it's a Bravo bit. Like, just let me have my priv.
Let me get my makeup done. It's like,
This
get my
is what
nails done.
The producers were like, get Carl out of that scene. We need priv on set.
Show the priv shirt again.
So, Amanda doesn't know who's more attractive in her relationship.
I love that
Kyle.
for her.
Am I right?
It's Amanda, let's be honest.
But Kyle's really happy to have Amanda back. Lindsay loves seeing all the Wirkus sisters. And then we find out Amit went to college with Lauren's older sister, Rachel.
Which, wow.
He knows all these girls. And he's like, Rachel, let me come to the wedding. And Rachel's like, go with Lauren. Who the fuck cares?
He's like, Rachel's like, you should slide in and like get with Lauren. And Amit's like, oh, I can't do that to my boy. Like, that's Carl's girl. And Ashley's like, what?
You see Ashley just like, oh, daggers.
Say what? And Amit's like, I'm his old girl. Like, I'm
gonna go
not
die now.
Anything.
Goodbye. Rachel seems way less like abrasive than Ashley and Lauren.
Yeah, but like, does Rachel really get the calls? Like, would she ever get the calls about Carl? Not really.
No,
like it's kind of like the call you call your best friend and tell her all the details.
That's true.
Not your sister.
But then Ashley
like Ashley's best
Rachel.
friend / sister.
Ashley then calls Rachel and was like, oh, Lauren's dealing with this loser Carl.
Yeah, which is probably one call compared to like the 6 like Ashley got.
For sure. Okay, so now Carl comes to say hi to Ashley. Carl's a little worried with Ashley being here. He's probably the least excited to see her. Also, there are 3 Wirkuses in this room, Carl. You couldn't even handle 2. How are you going to handle 1?
This is a lot.
So deep down, Ashley wants to kill Carl, but she's not gonna. She's gonna hold back. So they start talking about Carl's work.
Okay, I have to defend Carl.
Let's say it.
Because Ashley asks him, how are you? And he says, I just got a new job.
Yes. Yeah. She kind of brought it up, right? And he starts talking about his new job.
Sends an open-ended question. And honestly, that is the most recent thing in his life that is requiring an update, in my opinion.
I 100% agree. And Ashley loses interest so fast.
She was so rude.
Carl's like, yeah, so I got a new job. It's with this dental star. And then Ashley immediately looks
away. She walked away and he goes,
hey, Rachel.
Cool. I guess we're done here.
I know. That's how you assert your dominance, though. Am I right?
Like,
my God. So then Stephen and Ashley go to talk about Carl. And Ashley's like, Carl didn't even say hi to me. He didn't ask me how I was or anything. He just started talking about his job.
And I was like, that is not how it went down. That is the complete opposite.
Steven's like, that's exactly like Carl.
And I was like, actually, that really isn't him. He's not like the annoying person to talk to. Maybe when he's drunk and he just keeps railing on you and making jokes, but I would not say all he does is talk about himself and want to talk about his job.
Carl didn't want to talk to Ashley about anything, to be fair. So it's just funny that Ashley is super. I guess she was looking for Carl to be like, I'm good. How are you? Like immediately, like just a casual.
Ashley's probably looking for that like polite, like, oh, I'm good, and you, and I'm good.
Like,
oh, crazy.
And then she could be like, I'm good, except for someone might screw my sister over, right? Like immediate. But no, Carl completely talked about himself, which is valid
for 30 seconds, and she lost interest.
Awesome. So yeah, Ashley and Lauren already had this screaming match. We tell Stephen about it. They think like they keep hearing Lauren's feelings are different, but they don't buy it. And Steven's upset because Carl keeps putting in all this effort with me, but not with Steven.
Oh my God. This too, I'm like, I cannot.
I can understand, right? Steven being a little hurt by Carl at the pride thing. I understand like Steven being hurt that maybe he's like losing a friend in Carl. He doesn't feel as important. But I don't love how Steven's going about it.
It's like Amit's fault.
It's me or Amit, my guy.
Yeah. That's not how like life works. I don't like the like balance of making it either or, because that's just not how life works. Just because he connects with Amit and is like having fun doesn't mean like you guys had that like that day Amit and Carl stayed back and did boxing, and Steven did too. But Steven, not that you have to box right alongside him, but didn't really spend time with them, just like ate chips from the balcony.
Yeah, he didn't want to box, which is fine, but it's one of those things like different people have different interests, right?
Yes.
Like if you and I are hanging out, we're going to do what interests us, watch TV and eat snacks, right? But if then I'm like, hey, I'm going to go, not that I would ever say this.
Go to do a Pilates class. I'm like, bye.
Oh, there. Yeah, if I'm like, I'm going to go with my friends to Pilates, you want to come? You'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Steven openly said he did not want to do it.
So it's like, then find a way to connect with your friend on something, because listen, Carl has done a lot of things wrong, but I haven't seen Steven try a lot.
Steven hasn't tried
to put forth the effort. I think he's just constantly trying to be like, oh, Carl sucks. I think and Carl does suck in ways.
Yeah, the friendship is just fizzling, mostly because Carl sucks, but also like Steven's not trying to keep this friendship alive.
Yes. Yep.
So okay, so way more people are here. All of them meeting Rachel's friends. We find out Nick, the fitness instructor, is coming out for the Bachelorette boot camp tomorrow, but really they're not going to work out. Lindsay's just here to spend time with him because she's got a big old crush, and he makes
what a great excuse to get a guy you like out to your summer house.
If I wanted to date a personal trainer, this is how I'd get him.
I love it.
Okay, so there is one gay guy. I think his name is Matt. I listened to it 4 times and I could not figure it out.
Missed that.
But Steven meets him. He's married. Steven is single and desperate. So there's like hope maybe in the world. But then Steven says to the girls and the gays. Yes. And then everyone's like, and a meet, because he's friends with everyone. He's like and Steven kept saying like the girls and the gays.
Okay, because there's another gay guy, that makes so much more sense. I thought he was calling a meet gay.
No. There was one. Rachel has a gay friend.
Man, I missed that.
Whose name I think is Matt. Because we get like horrible reviews about names. I watched it 4 times, but there was no subtitles, and like it just was so like it was Matt, and I was like, Matt. Okay, so we went with it. But then so Amit hears this to the girls and the gays. And Amit tells Carl, like, Steven keeps shading me. And like, Amit knows Steven's upset. But like, hey, Amit's just chilling. Fuck you. This dude has no worries.
It's funny because it's something so like little. I'm shocked Amit even brought it up. But Steven did say it a few times, and I think Amit can feel the tension, and that's why he brought it up. Like it's not just Steven said it. Steven said it and has been like, I don't know, weird with him.
Yeah, and Amit's not a guy that wants to deal with tension, so he's gonna tell someone like Carl and be like, "Figure it out, my guy. This is not my problem." Okay, the Wirkuses are all going out to dinner. We gotta go. All the bachelorette party gotta leave. They leave. It's literally silent.
Oh my god, they're like, ooh, brush of breath air without all this.
Steven got a heel to his foot by a Wirkus, so fuck that.
I know a girl that happened too. She had to have stitches all up her foot.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Graduation a week before graduation too.
Ooh, rough. So with Danielle being gone, Lindsay's gonna take her room because we got single Lindsay and Hot Nick the trainer coming.
I mean,
it's her weekend.
Gotta have a solo bedroom.
Yeah, fuck you, Ashley. You're married. You're not getting the solo bedroom.
Go sleep with your twin.
Amit is kind of freaked out because Lauren and Ashley have the same voice, and Kyle's like, "You'll get used to it. It's normal." Yeah, no worries.
Insane.
And Carl knows he is fucked this weekend. Just absolutely fucked. Not even fucked, just full fucked.
I mean, it's like, let's get this weekend over as quick as possible. Carl's like trying to not hit any triggers. He's just trying to be there, but not be seen, not be heard, really.
He was trying to impress Ashley with that new job, and she got so bored.
I think he was trying to act like there was no tension between them. Like they were friends. Like, oh yeah, I've got a great new job. And she should have been like, yeah, oh, amazing. Great to hear. And she's like, I don't give a shit what you have to say. I don't know why you're talking to me.
Okay, so it is Friday, 11:46 p.m. The Wirkus bachelorette party is in full swing at the Southampton Social. The roommates come and meet up. We do a round of tequila shots. Amit is in his element, right? He's the only dude. He knows all these girls already. He doesn't have to do any kind of grafting. He's got it.
Full point.
Lindsay, I guess in your 20s, bachelorette parties are fantastic. But in your 30s, they're not, because it just reminds you that you're alone and single.
I was like, what? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I hate bachelorette parties.
I just want to get drunk.
I'm so selfish and I don't want to think about someone else.
I like them because I just get drunk.
I just feel like there's too many people who don't know each other.
It can be
have to like pretend to be really great friends for a weekend. And I'm not a fan. It
depends who the bride is and what the bachelorette is.
Yeah. And like, I guess where you are, there's a lot of, this seems really fun.
Yes.
But I bet the downtime of some of this is awkward for some of those girls who we don't know the names of.
Lindsay wasn't really invited to the bachelorette. She's like a plus one. So Lindsay can shut the fuck up.
She's like, hey, great to know you're in town. Do you just want to join us?
Yes. So Lindsay then tells Amanda about her friend Nick. She's super into. She just wants to be manhandled. I'm sure we could make that happen. Carl tells Lauren that he works out 5 days a week. I'm sure to try to impress her. Carl, I go on a walk every day.
The flip of the switch we get with Carl this night. He is a totally different. He's like trying to woo her.
Yeah. Hey Lauren, I actually I've been working out. Can you tell? And she's like,
oh don't look at these guys. Look at me. Look at this bicep. Does this look good?
Ashley also sees this. She's pissed. She immediately leaves the bachelorette to go find any tall man. And it's like, you single? I'm not, but I got an identical twin. So
you like this? I got a second option.
You like this? I can help you. So she brings them back and she's like, Lauren, come meet my new friend. So Lauren comes over and Ashley's like, hey, look at all these guys I brought.
And the guys are fun. They're talking to her.
Lindsay also shows up. She's like, hey.
I loved this.
Carl then sees this and he's like, Lauren, come over. So Lauren goes over by Carl and Ashley's like, no, Lauren, come back this way. And so Carl then kicks these guys out of the bachelorette by being like, you know what? It's bachelorette. It's all girls. You guys can't really be
Which
here.
I'm like, Carl, you can't say that. You're a guy.
Your bachelorette.
And you're a guy telling guys
you're a straight white male. Get out.
That they can't be at this bachelorette party, but you're at this bachelorette party.
So then you hear Steven tell Lauren that Carl sucks ass for doing that. And then Ashley talks to Carl. You think it's Lauren. It's not. It's Ashley.
Nope.
And she's like, hey, guess what, Carl? You think Lauren has all this control over her feelings, but I'm here to tell you, you're playing with fire. And Carl's like, no, we're not. We're healthy now.
I think Ashley was trying to tell him, like, you don't see, like, she's going to destroy herself over you.
She has feelings.
Because I think Carl, if he really knew the situation, and, like, I think Ashley could hit it home to him to be like, leave her alone. Like, you're destroying her.
I think she makes it close, but not enough, because Carl says, like, we're healthy right now. And Lauren's like, well, what is healthy? Ashley says, yeah, what are you looking for? And Carl says he wants Lauren to be a friend. And that's where Ashley says, then don't go there with her.
Yes.
And it's just like,
but I think what Ashley needed to say is, you think this is friends, and that I see where you're at, and that's fine, but she's not there. You guys are not on the same page. No matter how much she tells you that, you guys are not.
It's like it's so obvious to everyone but Carl. Is this just like men can't just see?
No, I think Carl's being a little selfish, and until somebody presents him with like what it's going to do to her, I don't think he's willing to identify it first.
Oh, it's just so rough. It's so rough to watch.
Yep.
So now it's 2:47 a.m. We're back at the house. Ashley is on the countertop, dancing. Lauren's tits are out and being handled by Lindsay, because Lindsay loves tits. Carl also gets on top of the counter, and then someone's like, Carl, your nuts are hanging out. And he's like, I got 3 of them. And everyone's like, 3? You have 3 nuts?
Like, what? This made me feel like Chandler Bing in Friends when he has 3 nipples.
Yeah, so
I'm like,
then
did we all need to hear this information? Probably not.
So then everyone is like, what? And Carl's like, yeah, want to see? And so he whips out his dick to show his nuts. And the only one that looks is Kyle as he's eating, just staring into this penis.
I don't want to see. That's the problem.
It was awesome. It was the best thing.
Don't want any of it. No, thank you.
I need Lauren to confirm or deny.
Yeah, okay. That's true. That's true. She could have.
She could. So then Ashley's in Steven's bed. And Amanda and Steven are in the room. And she just lays on the bed and she's like, Steven, he has 3 balls.
Oh my God.
And Steven's like, that's not possible. So he Googles.
He asked Siri.
Or he asked Siri. And polyorchidism is a rare condition with fewer than 200 cases reported. So Steven doesn't believe it. He's like,
I don't really either.
Go get that bald chopped off.
That's a very small portion of people that would have this. I don't really believe it either.
200 cases reported ever, I think.
Yeah. And I feel like your doctor would report it.
Your doctor would be like, you have 3 testicles.
I love how Steven's like, you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah. But Ashley hates Carl, whether he has 0 nuts or 3.
This just adds it to the list.
Hates. So Lauren invites Carl to the hot tub. And Ashley's like, oh, did you hear that? Let's go spy on the deck. So then her and Amanda like run out there. So Carl is sitting like near the pool, and Lauren comes over and she's like, hey, how's your girlfriend Courtney?
And I was like, got him. Like that was the 4th of July.
I remember, but I was like, Lauren, it has been like a lot has happened.
No, I think it's been like max 2 weeks. That's pretty fresh.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's pretty fresh because that was 4th of July weekend.
That was the cake in the face.
Yeah. And last episode, I swear we had just wrapped up 4th of July.
Oh my God. That's so funny. Anyway, so Carl gets pissed and he like gets up to leave. And then
because he says, she asks who he's texting and then references the girlfriend Courtney comment. And so I think he was annoyed that she was annoyed he might be texting someone and automatically assuming it's a girl and automatically assuming it's Courtney.
Okay, that makes sense. I didn't catch him texting.
Yeah. She goes, who you texting? Is it your girlfriend Courtney?
Oh, worse.
That would kind of annoy me.
Yeah. So he's
like, I could have been texting. Okay, maybe not my mom. It's like 3 a.m, but like anyone.
It's probably a meet. Everyone calm down. So Carl's pissed. He gets up to leave. And then Lauren's like, what the fuck? Why are you leaving? And Carl gets in Lauren's face because he like bends down to her and tells her to not worry about who he's talking to. Don't talk to her don't talk to him like that. And Ashley's right outside and she sees the whole thing. And of course, Ashley is going to walk downstairs and walk outside and be like, what are you guys talking about? And that's exactly what she does. Meanwhile, Lauren chases Carl back to his room going, Carl, stop.
Okay,
Carl.
2 things. One, I understand Carl getting annoyed and being like, don't talk to me like that. But I don't like how he went about it. Like, don't get in her face. And like, I don't know. I just wish he would have been like, don't talk to me like that and like stormed off.
Yeah. I don't like him about to storm off, turning around, getting down to her level and like yelling at her. It wasn't great.
Because I don't think she talked to him in a certain type of tone. I think he's just annoyed
it was
that
a bad
she's
joke.
Bringing up the girl stuff.
It was just a bad joke. Like it just
especially when the last time I think he saw her that we know of is
the cake.
Courtney stormed off because he got a cake in his face. And so it's kind of like, fuck, you ruined that for me.
Yeah, you know damn well it's not Courtney. Yes. How about that? So yeah, Lauren chases Carl back to his room. Then Ashley's chasing Lauren, and Steven then starts recording on his telephone. And Ashley like has a watermelon she was chasing. So now they're all in Carl's room / outside his room.
Right,
and Ashley gets so mad that she takes the watermelon above her head and throws it to the ground. And yet it breaks and explodes everywhere. And she goes, eat it, bitch.
I mean, epic.
And everyone just watches it happen and is like, what?
Everyone is so shocked. Because then I think Kyle like pops up and he's like, what is going on?
She just destroyed a whole watermelon. Then again, Kyle was probably going to eat first the cake, now the watermelon. I would be
sad about the watermelon and not being able to eat it.
Yeah, because now it's all over Carl's floor.
This isn't outside where you just be like, all right, just leave it. We are in the hallway / Carl's room.
And it was a big
everywhere.
Mess. It wasn't just like a little crack in the little
I'd also be
juice.
wondering, like, shit, is money coming out of our deposit now?
Yeah. I'd be worried, like, is this gonna like stain, like, is there gonna be
the
water
walls?
damage?
I'd
or
be like, what is water damage? It's not like a flood happened.
It looked like a flood was happening. So Carl is in the hot tub now.
Oh yeah, like, he gets the fuck out.
He's out. Lauren is the one picking up the pieces of the watermelon. Kyle is eating the watermelon off the ground.
I'm glad like, somebody's eating pieces.
Watermelon. Ashley then starts yelling at Lauren because she's on the floor of Carl's room alone, cleaning. And where is he? In the hot tub.
I mean,
which, like, is a slightly good point.
Yes. Because
I understand Carl removing himself. I understand. At the same time,
Lauren isn't the one who needs to clean this up.
Lauren shouldn't clean this.
No, like technically, like Ashley should be cleaning this up.
Yeah, or Carl, because it's his room and he caused
the mess. Yes. Yeah, it's Ashley should clean it up because she caused the mess. Carl should clean it up because it's his room and he probably wants it to. And Lauren's like the least likely party who should be included in this.
And Kyle should be eating it off the ground because he's drunk.
Yes, it's like, if Lauren's going to participate, it needs to be like 4 people helping clean it up.
Yes. I see now where Ashley, I don't love calling Lauren pathetic because I think feelings are valid.
But I think she is.
This is the moment that it looks the most pathetic to me.
She's on her knees cleaning Carl's fucking room and he's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, literally not to say thank you, not to do it. He's just like gone.
Yeah, that's the thing is even after she cleans it, it doesn't really seem like he's like, hey, thanks so much that I just need to get out of there. No.
Lauren's letting Carl get away with murder, as Ashley would put it.
Okay, maybe not that far. You murdered the watermelon, Ashley.
Poor watermelon. Steven is so happy as he's back. This is the highlight of his life.
I mean, it is epic. I would be crying laughing if I was in the hallway.
If I was Steven or Lindsay, or Amanda, I'm crying laughing. This is the funniest thing.
I'm also Kyle. I would go get a piece of that and eat it because like you might as well.
Yeah, and you're like not even gonna get in trouble. If anything, you're helping Lauren pick up.
I was about to say you're basically cleaning.
So then Carl goes to bed and Ashley goes into Carl's room to call him a dick. And Lauren's like all upset because now she's upset with Carl because she just wants Carl to prove Ashley wrong. And Carl's like,
I do get it though. Lauren did tell him when Ashley comes, you need to be on your best behavior because I don't want to hear anything from my sister.
Technically, up until the Courtney comment, he was on his best behavior.
Yes, I think he was doing really well.
He did get rid of Ashley's friends, which was not great because he should have just dealt with it.
Yes, but that's not like bad where like Ashley can be like, I can't believe he did that. That's kind of proof to Lauren that like, look, he does care about me.
So now Lauren's telling Carl that when he's with other girls, you know, it hurts her. And he's like, I'm not with other girls. So I've literally been with you all night. I just need to go to bed. I understand to some extent, right? It's late at this point, and he's like, I'm just done right now.
All he wants to do is be away from everyone now. And all Lauren wants is validation from Carl that they're in a good place. And those two do not align.
So Steven and Ashley are listening to this whole thing now. And that is what gives us a watermelon gate.
I do love the joke whenever Ashley and Lauren
are in bed
and they were like, and that was watermelon
this
gate.
Is what I mean. Like, even though Ashley yelled at her, threw a watermelon, all this shit, Lauren still loves Ashley. Like,
okay, I think
never not gonna be.
The way they treat it is how like couples that we've said couples should treat it. I will not yell at you in front of other people or like outside of this Carl thing, because like that, like I feel like Ashley needed in the moment to be like, you're being pathetic. But there weren't really a lot of people around when Ashley said that to Lauren. But it's like, I won't scold you in public. We will have a conversation privately.
Yes. Plus, you know, Lauren and Ashley, they're each other's number ones no matter what.
Yep.
So
over husbands, everything.
Sorry, Brad. So it's Saturday, 11:02 a.m. The Wirkus twins are downstairs. Carl comes down, walks right past them, jumps in the pool.
Nobody acknowledges anything.
You're not even gonna say hi. Okay.
No, I would not say hi if I were Carl. I'm like, I want to be invincible the rest of the weekend.
So Ashley knows Lauren will never admit she's wrong, so we're just gonna ignore it and move on.
Yep.
Which is fine. You're a twin, you know each other well enough. It's fine. Kyle and Amanda are in bed, and he asks Amanda to suck his dick. And she says, want to take a shower? And then she gets up shirtless and shakes her tits. So Steven finds Ashley, and they talk about last night. And he's like, do you remember smashing a watermelon?
I appreciate him asking that, because it's not like we have a drink counter on these people. Like, Ashley could have just been absolutely obliterated and just done it.
And then Ashley's like, how am I the only normal sane one in this house?
Well, she's like, I am the normal one, but I look crazy.
Yeah.
And she does.
She does. It's so funny. So there's clearly a lot of tension, even between Steven and Carl. And that's because Steven doesn't think Carl's a good friend. Much like he isn't being a good boyfriend to Lauren, even though they're not together, but that's a whole nother argument.
Boyfriend has never been used, but same.
Steven though knows Carl just apologizes when you try to confront him, and it doesn't really mean or solve anything. So Ashley's really pushing Steven to like, your feelings are valid. You should express your feelings. You can't just sit on them and be pissy all day.
Yeah. Well, like really talk
which
through
I think is
it.
good.
Don't just, because he did say like, you left me at Pride, I wish you wouldn't. And then Carl gave the like, I'm sorry. But I think what Ashley's encouraging him to do is like dig deeper, like really talk about the actual issues, not just the one moment that he did.
And I mean, what we say always is like actions, not words.
Yeah.
Carl can sit here all day and say he's sorry, but until he shows Steven he's sorry, Steven doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's 1:37 p.m. The boys and Amanda are gonna go to this really fancy brunch. Lindsay's gonna stay back with the Bachelorette because hot trainer Nick is gonna be here soon.
Ooh.
So we do a quick New York break. Danielle is looking for work. She's never been unemployed, so she's very stressed. Hi, Danielle. Hope you're doing well. Back to the Hamptons. The Bachelorette party is here. We're not thinking about Carl. We're gonna swim and get drunk. Shout out. So then we go to brunch for a little bit. It's a very fancy brunch, lots of nice cars. Amanda tells Kyle to take it easy with the drinking because they have to make it for dinner. And Kyle's like, I'm always sober. I don't know what you're talking
Mr.
about.
Moderation. Oh, moderation is my middle name.
That's what he said.
I think your birth certificate says differently.
Carl and Amit are having a bromance moment, but then you see salty Steven in the corner.
Okay. I didn't like this. Steven has sunglasses on. So he's like looking in that direction, and they're like, Amit's like, Steven's eyeing me. And I'm like, what? You cannot see anything.
I mean, he was, but you can't prove it.
You don't know that.
So Carl loves Steven, but he knows they've drifted apart. And Amit's like, yeah, what's causing this? And Carl just thinks Steven has a negative tone that brings the mood down. And he's tried to be a good friend, but there's a disconnect. I think
you say your thoughts.
I was going to say, I think Carl's misinterpreting this negative tone because I find Steven hilarious and delightful.
Oh, 100% I find him delightful. But I do see how, I think this is Steven's MO, that like, if he gets annoyed, he won't really say anything. And he just sits in his like annoyance. And it's like, Carl can't read your mind though.
Yeah.
So you do have, it goes to like what Ashley was saying, like you need to bring it up to him.
Yeah. Agree.
So I think Carl is sensing some of that and probably thinks of it as just a negative tone, but it's like Steven's pissed at you.
I'm glad he's sensing it. So it's Saturday, 3:04. We're still getting drunk in the pool with the Bachelorettes, but then Nick is here with all this workout equipment. And I'm these girls aren't going to work out.
Yeah. I was like, is he late? Because I feel like you'd work out in the morning and then start getting hammered and swim.
He had like all those workout bands. And I was like, my guy, read the room, please.
I'm like, they're literally in matching swimsuits. They're not going to go upstairs and put on leggings. Like when you are soaking wet, you cannot get clothes on.
Oh my God. Lindsay was just twerking while chugging down rosé. We're not going to do any kind of working out.
I would throw up if I had a workout after this.
I know. But Nick sees and he is down to drink. But we're going to work out while we do it, flash the abs. And all the girls are like, woo! So this would be a funny Bachelorette thing to do.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to work out, so I'd be annoyed because I'd have to do this.
You could be that girl that was just taking photos. There was one girl in the Bachelorette that wasn't in water aerobics.
But it's like you have to fake be a part of it, even if you don't want to. If you were just on a girl's weekend, you'd be like, I don't want to do this, and you'd lay in the pool.
But Meredith, if you do a squat, you get a sip of rosé. It's an even trade.
I'll go open a new bottle.
Yeah, and then we do water aerobics. Nick has his shirt off. And then after, Nick made a reservation tonight at a place and asked Lindsay to dinner.
He's
and
like,
she's
I have a reservation. I already have one. Do you just want to come?
And I was like, this reservation for two I made. Yeah. And she's like, yeah, sure. Are you going to sleep in my bed or couch or my bed? And he's like, we will see in
They're
your
like
bed.
Over communicating in such an awkward way, but I'm just happy we got to the end zone, which is we're going on a date and he's probably going to sleep in her bed.
I will put my stuff in your bed, but maybe find couch available
but
later.
TBD, depending on how the date goes.
Goodbye. So the bachelorette party leaves, which is good because Lindsay's got to go get cute. Ashley is hyping her up. You look so good. Oh my God, you're so hot.
I remember this outfit clear as day. Yes.
Oh, I didn't at all.
Because I literally, us big boob girls, I literally always thought
could never.
It looks like that thing ain't even taped down.
No, she's just free balling, hoping the fabric
stressed me out. And I remember the kiss on the date too.
I remember the kiss
locked in my brain.
Oh yeah. So this is Lindsay's first date since Everett. But she thinks something could be deeper here with Nick, so we'll see. So it's 4:30 now. The boys are back from brunch. Amanda's dress is down and tits out. Ashley and Lauren talk. Lauren doesn't love how Ashley is very aggressive, mostly towards Carl, I'm assuming. And Ashley says Lauren would also judge too if she was in Ashley's position. And Lauren's like, I have a lot to judge on. You're here when your husband's in California. And Ashley's like, Lauren.
Well, she says, I don't judge. Like, I could judge on you spending all summer away from your husband. I think she was referencing last summer. And I think it is kind of fair that like Ashley is giving a lot of judgment, and I'm sure Lauren could give some back. I don't know if Lauren does give it back, but I think Ashley is going a little too aggressive this weekend. Too. I mean, let's talk about the watermelon again if we have to.
I think all relationships are different, and this obviously works for Brad and Ashley. Yes. That being said, I think Ashley did give this a chance, and it didn't work the first time. And she knows that Carl doesn't want to date Lauren.
But you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. So
like, that's why they just drop it though.
Let it be a little bit.
They just drop it. There's nothing else to be said.
We didn't need to run down there whenever they started an argument.
Yes, we did. For the fact that we're on a TV show. We needed it. So okay, we go to dinner with Lindsay and Nick. Guy is a gentleman. He is taking care of his woman. They're gonna share everything.
Love that.
Nick loves hanging out with Lindsay. He's gonna spend the night. You know, his whole life is usually taken over by work. And she's like, it should be because you're 28. And he's like, I'm actually 25.
Which
he's like, what?
Because how old is she?
31.
Yes.
And Nick is like, age is just a number. If you connect, you connect. And Ashley is like, I'm gonna chug down this sake we
Lindsay,
ordered.
but yes.
Or Lindsay, sorry.
Too many girls and blonde girls this episode.
I know. So Lindsay's gonna chug down the sake they ordered.
Okay. I have a question for you here. Yeah. How do you feel about this?
I think this is fine. If you're hot and attracted to someone, like, you know, it probably won't work maybe in the long run, like that age thing might come up. But
yeah. I feel like it's less likely because of just the differences of life, but I think it can.
I think it can. And I think like you can have sex with him still. Like, don't
Very true.
Shut that down.
I don't want to know super early. Like, I feel like the way she found out, she already has kind of like feelings or excitement about him. I could do that. I can't know you're 25 and then pursue. I feel like a wall already goes up.
That's why she drinks the sake. It takes that wall right on down. She's sweaty. She is horny for this man. She's got to go to the bathroom, and before she does, she kisses him twice, very passionately.
Yes, this is why I was so concerned about the dress and why this outfit is locked in my brain. Because when she kisses him, I'm like, my whole chest would be out of that little small piece of cloth.
Drown in our boobs.
Yes, like the whole restaurant would be flashed.
But then too, so she leaves to go to the bathroom, and Nick is sitting there clearly turned on, just like,
I mean, I'm sure he's like, can we get the check? We don't even need the food. I'll still pay for it.
He is also sweating. So now it's 7:13. The house ordered food. No one's ready to eat except Steven and Carl, so they're gonna eat. Carl does bring up how, they haven't really talked since Pride, and he feels bad about his behavior, but he wants to clear the air because he doesn't want to lose Steven as a friend. And Steven says he wants to be friends, but during the winter, there was some stuff that happened and he's just like angry. And Carl just wants, Steven back in his life, and Steven's holding back. And I think they both take friendships differently, right? Carl's like,
yes,
I want to keep this going. The more, the merrier. If
I think Carl's an in the moment friend. Like when we're together, we're going to have fun. And Steven needs more.
I was meaning it more of like, Carl's always open to friends, right? He loves you once, he loves you forever. Steven's the type where if he loved you once and you don't love him or show him love anymore, he's done. He cuts it off.
Remove, cut,
Bates
paste.
Motel type. We only got so many vacancies.
That's true.
So basically, Steven wants to kind of be friends with him, but he still's a guard up. So they're just gonna like hug it out and maybe talk later. But then Ashley walks in on them hugging, and
Steven's giving her eyes.
Daggers. Okay, so it's
okay, but they also agreed to get drinks in the city.
Yes.
They're gonna like sit down and talk. I think about the issues to not make it into a weekend thing, which I think this is good. It feels like they got a lot out, and it's like let's keep this discussion going so we don't ruin the vibe this weekend. But like put a pin in it and we'll come back to it.
So 11:24, Lindsay is absolutely fucking hammered in this car with Nick. Hammered. I can't describe it anymore.
I always wonder if I've like been this type of drunk, and I just don't think I have.
I haven't.
Or I've been with so many other people also on this level. It is so unnoticeable.
It's never me and one other person, and I'm losing my shit like this.
Screaming in a car about where are we?
Where are we? The middle of the woods?
I don't think I've ever been so concerned. I'm a very directionally, like I know where I am at all times.
Same. This was bad. So now it's 1:26 a.m. Lindsay's begging Nick to cuddle, and he says, "You're a hot mess, bro." Just never good.
I was shook.
Not good. Steven is still upset about Carl and Amit and tells Ashley about it because they're sharing a bed right now. Kyle pets Amanda like a dog, but then he says he wants to marry her, and his friends are all dads, and then asks Amanda to make babies and then farts.
I'm so much.
There was a lot happening, but we just got to.
If we've ever wondered what a guy's brain is, it's all of that.
This was it. This is all that happens. Lindsay needs a cuddle. Her ass is wide out. Nick says he's already hungover, which makes me think he was never drunk.
I don't know. I was just like, what happened between, minus the Lindsay screaming moment, but like the kiss and him being into it, and then to now.
Yeah. Carl's alone in bed, and Lindsay sleeps next to Nick, who's snoring. So he's asleep. So Sunday morning, everyone's tired, hungover. Lauren is confused on where to go with Carl from here, which, girl, nowhere. Nowhere is the answer.
This is a dead end road. Get out of the car and walk away.
In other events, Nick sneaks out with all his workout shit.
Bye. This is maybe why the age difference thing can't work.
Because Lindsay's too young.
Lindsay just literally wanted a cuddle.
So Lindsay and Nick didn't hook up. She's telling Amanda about it. And Amanda's like, on the opposite side. Kyle asked me to have a child. So we're both really in situations we weren't ready for.
Both in a pickle here.
Kyle, Ashley, and Lauren talk. We're all very happy that Kyle and Amanda are great, even though Kyle broke his one and only rule. It's like, don't fall in love at the Jersey Shore. And what does Ronnie do? He falls in love at the Jersey Shore. No couples in the summer house. What does Kyle do? He gets a couple at the summer house.
It's like, man.
Next time I watch a TV show and some guy says like, I only have one rule, I'm going to be like, he's going to break that rule.
And here's where we break it.
Breaking it. So it's 1:10 p.m. We're leaving the Hamptons. We're back in NYC. It's now Monday. Ashley and Steven are meeting up for a drink. And then we find out Ashley's just here to support Steven so he can get his point across to Carl, which I was like,
oh
this
no.
Is the last person Carl wants to see. Like,
and I mean,
last.
Even like, let alone the Ashley stuff, anyone being there, like, that's not the point of this. A friendship is a two-way street. And
your TV just
my Roku was paused. Like friendship is between two people. Like Ashley's not in their friendship. And this would bother me if I was Carl and showed up and you brought someone else to our friendship talk.
Same. So Carl does walk in and he is nothing if not surprised.
Yep.
And upset. And pissed, to say the least.
I mean, I don't think he'd ever remove Steven out of his life, but I think for Carl, this is like what are we doing here if you can't even talk to me?
This is up there. So then Ashley pulls that, bet you didn't expect to see me here, but I'm sorry for crashing.
With the jokes, I don't think they're gonna land.
So Carl just wanted to catch up with Steven. He doesn't understand why Ashley's here. And Steven's okay. Steven says he's fine where him and Carl are at. Like,
sorry, no, he's not. No, Steven is not.
Steven says he's fine because he doesn't know if Carl is capable of more. And Carl is listening. And he knows he doesn't communicate well. But, Carl just got fired, okay? He was going through a fucking lot of shit. So he was a little busy.
Which... okay, sure, that happened. But also, Steven, whenever back last weekend, brought up that there was something from the winter. And that really shocked me because I thought when you guys arrived at the house, things were fine.
The only winter thing I thought of was like, oh, did something happen in the Lauren break? Like, he just hates Carl because of Lauren. But then Steven says he feels like he's already heard all of Carl's excuses. Things changed for Steven a lot and he's bit his tongue for a while and everyone's like, Steven, then just say it.
Yeah.
So Steven then says that Carl has had the best head ever from a guy. And then we just end.
And we get a to be continued. I was like, wait, what? Why is this a problem? Why can't you be friends with him?
This really shows you where the times were, because if this was on a reality show in 2022, I would have been like, so
I would have been like, why do we need it to be continued? Just finish the conversation.
Yeah, I hope it was great head, actually.
Yeah, are you offended that maybe he in my mind goes oh, did then Carl proposition Steven for
was it Steven's ex? I was like, what's the problem?
I don't know.
Is Carl mad? Well, I mean, is Carl mad or is Steven mad that Carl's lying about it?
That Steven thinks Carl is gay and is Lawrence's beard.
But we all know sexuality is a spectrum, so he could just have a moment of curiosity, but not identify as LGBTQ plus.
Steven's gonna finish saying that, then he propositioned Steven and that crossed the line and that was uncomfortable for him.
Oh, maybe it was when he was dating Lauren or something. There has to be more than just you received head from a guy.
Yeah, I feel like Steven would be the most hey, let's talk about this. What are you feeling? I don't want you to feel like you don't have someone who supports you.
Yeah, that's a very personal thing to expose Carl about.
Yeah.
And also, aren't we
on camera?
We're living in New York City, and B, it's at least 2014. No, but this is not a big deal.
Let's say Carl is gay. You're gonna out him on a TV show. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I guess we don't fucking know.
I don't know.
It's too big.
I don't remember.
And honestly, I don't remember where this goes. I remember watching it.
Wait to find out.
Oh, I remember that Steven said that, but
me too.
I don't know where it goes.
I have no clue what's being said next.
That makes me think it goes nowhere. I just don't know where we're going.
I feel like it ends up not being that shocking. That's all that is the big shock factor.
I feel like most of these New Yorkers in 2014 are not that affected by this, as we are not either.
Very true.
Okay, so next time, the families are here. Lindsay gets a voicemail from Everett wanting her back.
Oh,
that one made me spit out my water for a second. Steven might have to move on. Amanda has the keys to Kyle's apartment, and then there's lots of crying and making up, and and Carl is hooking up with dudes. I don't know. I don't know where this conversation is going.
Damn.
Okay, so it's time for fun, not fun. So Meredith and I are gonna pick one person that was fun this episode and one person that was not fun this episode. Meredith, would you like to go first?
No, because I don't know. I have no idea.
I'll go first. I have fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Ashley. I thought Ashley was the meat and potatoes of this episode.
Very good point.
Yelling at Lauren. She knows everyone's feelings. She's trying to get Lauren off of Carl. Carl won't let it happen. She smashes a watermelon.
That's true.
Tells Lauren she's pathetic, but still has Lauren's back till the end. And then, even though it's like not done the best, she's there to support Steven the best she can, but not the best it should.
Well, it's like Ashley's being a friend to Steven, and if he asks you to be there, like she's trying to support him, even though Steven should not have asked Ashley to be there.
Shout out Ashley, girl. Have you.
That's a good point. She ripped the seams open on this drama so it can all rise up.
It was great. She
knew her
job.
Ashley.
She had one job and she did it.
I think I'm gonna go 2 for 2 and give it to a meat. Like he was with the ladies.
Yeah,
like,
and he doesn't give a fuck about Steven all salty.
No, he's like, this guy's glaring at me. Couldn't care less. He's besties with Carl, having a good time at the Aston Martin brunch, flirting with all the University of Delaware chicks from Rachel's Bachelorette. I mean,
good time.
He had a fun weekend. I mean, everybody else was kind of a mess without providing anything fun like Ashley.
Agreed. So who's your not fun? Since we have so many
I have to go Steven. I am tired of the complaints without any action. Like he's just bitching about Carl but won't have the conversation, and then when he finally goes to have the conversation, like he brings along a little friend. I dislike that so much.
Agreed.
And I don't like that he's also a coward with the Lauren stuff. Like you're just waiting around for Ashley to finally like handle it.
I agree 100%.
His little funny quips were not here this episode to offset it.
Except when Ashley smashed the watermelon. He was all of us.
Oh my God, he loved it. But like,
awesome.
I could replace myself with him. And like,
for my not fun, I'm going to pick Lindsay. Girl, you messed it up. You had him so close. You just got so drunk.
I know. Is that it though? Or like, what did he get turned off by? I wish we had a little bit of the in-between.
Listen, I thought she was fun. A little uncomfortable for the rest of us, but fun. Also, Lindsay, stop bitching about this bachelorette party, girl. It's not your bachelorette. You're not even going to the wedding.
It doesn't fucking matter what age you are.
It doesn't matter. But I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you, and you just drank too much sake. I
mean, it sounds like he did too. I'm just gonna say that the whole date ended up not being fun. Like
I know.
Situation.
It's Lindsay though. I gotta give it to her. Okay, so this was a fun episode. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe. I don't know, do all the other, join our Patreon, follow us on Instagram, all the other good stuff. We're doing our after show. I'm so excited. I'm basically going to sit here and eat popcorn like Steven and listen to Meredith tell me a story.
And break a couch.
Yeah, I honestly can't wait. Yep.
Eat some skinny pop, break a couch. Come join us.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.